What's up gamers, DreamcastGuy here, and today I have to do an impromptu rant because we finally know how Nintendo Switch is going to handle voice chat, and it is an absolute dumpster fire. Now, when the Nintendo Switch was first shown off, one of the biggest concerns was online play. Nintendo isn't exactly the type of company that's really good about multiplayer or setting things up so it'll be easy to use. Previous consoles always had some weird gimmick that made it a little bit more difficult to get online and play with your friends. You'd have to install a special code or buy a special add-on in the case of the GameCube. Nothing was just plug and play, despite the fact that online gaming is now a huge part of the market. For the Nintendo Switch, they were saying that they wanted to have a cell phone app. Yes, this was confusing right out of the gate, but apparently there's going to be an app that you actually install and it makes it where you can actually talk to your friends. Well, now we know what the hell that actually means, and it's worse than I ever could have imagined. Look at this diagram. This is apparently how we're going to handle voice chat with the Nintendo Switch. Why would you make things so complicated? Look at this bundle of wires. So apparently, you know what? We just got to walk through this. Say I've got my Nintendo Switch. The first thing I need to worry about is that first breaker box. This is what connects the audio from the game to the cell phone. So we're just going to represent that with this audio splitter. Okay, now the second thing we need to worry about is plugging in what will be my headset. So of course we'll just put that right here. That's not too sloppy. I mean, sure, this is a giant tangle of wires, but so far so good. Now there's a third wire that goes from here into my cell phone. Well, I guess that's a little bit more cumbersome, especially with the fact that some cell phones don't have headphone jacks anymore. Yes, that's right, Nintendo. Maybe you forgot that the iPhone 7 doesn't have a headphone jack of any variety, which means you're going to have a separate dongle to connect that device to this dongle so that you can put it into your system and then talk to your friends. Then you have to hope that you have a good frequency. Hold on a second. To make sure I'm keeping a good network connection at all times with both the cell phone and the Nintendo Switch and my own router, we're going to cleanse the room with white sage. This ought to keep out all the evil spirits that apparently Nintendo is afraid of. Or maybe they're just afraid of dirty words. Nintendo, maybe it's time to grow up and make an adult type of chat. This is so infuriating. This genuinely irks me down to my core. I love online multiplayer. I love being able to talk to strangers and make friends, be challenged by people and discuss new strategies with them. It's going to be basically impossible to do this with all Nintendo Switch games. There are so many levels of entry. The barriers between me and getting to talk to people is just ridiculously insurmountable. This is even more aggravating when I think about the stuff like the fact that the PSP, which came out in 2004, had Skype. This has better built-in voice functionality than the Nintendo Switch. How is that even possible? This is ridiculous. Now, I understand that there could be improvements down the road, but knowing Nintendo, I don't think there will be. Looking at all those jumbled wires and everything they want to try and put in, it seems like they want to sell extra connections. They want to try and trick you into buying licensed headsets, anything they can to get a little bit of extra money out of you. You know, after you've already bought your $80 controllers. The Nintendo Switch is quickly becoming one of the most expensive game consoles ever made, and it doesn't have to be. The original Splatoon was such a great shooter, and it was built for online. Matchmaking was solid, the maps were cool, everything about it was so good, but we couldn't talk. Now, for the first time ever, we could have this barrier shattered. We could have a new level, a new dimension, a new generation of Nintendo gaming. But you're going to try and barrier that behind more paywalls. More little things to try and slow us down from just enjoying what we bought. This feels insane. I want to be able to just find people in random matches of Splatoon 2, play a couple waves of the new Horde mode and have fun with them, maybe add them to my friends list now that that's actually easy, but now I know that will never happen, and that's genuinely heartbreaking. I want the Nintendo Switch to be at least half as good online as my PlayStation 4 or Xbox One. Why are you making this so rough on yourselves? You know, what's really getting to me the most about this whole situation is that Nintendo fanboys are acting like this is a good thing. I seriously saw tweets this morning saying, "Great, I personally hate online chatter. I think when people talk in lobbies, it just ruins the experience. No voice chat is the best thing they could have done." Why would you say that? If you love Nintendo, why don't you want them to be as easy as possible? You should want people to want to buy the console, buy the headset, and talk. Even if it's not to you, even if you don't want to hear it, that means more people are going to be online playing, and playing for longer. Silent lobbies don't stay full for long. The best thing for Nintendo, and you as a Nintendo fanboy, is everyone talking, building communities, and strengthening their bonds with the game. This is just such a surreal... I just can't believe it. This is so ridiculous. Nintendo, what are you thinking? Streamline this, get rid of all the connectors, or you're not going to have a single person playing your game longer than 6 months. This has been DreamcastGuy with another random gaming rant. Thanks so much for watching, gamers. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like, share with your friends, and subscribe if you haven't already. But do me the biggest favor of all and keep dreaming. Now I'm going to go call somebody on my PSP, because you know what? The apps still work on this. Man, that candle joke almost burned down my office, so don't expect any more fire-based humor. Oh, that was a dumb idea. Oh, hey, I was just playing a little bit of Grand Theft Auto on my Darth Vader PSP. Are you curious what I'm going to come out with next? Well, if you click this button, you'll be subscribed to be the first to know. Also, if you click over here and here, you can see my latest review and my latest top 10. I promise, it was super good. Or it was really bad, and I'm sure you can just make fun of me in the comments. Either way, it'll be a lot of fun. Thanks so much for watching.